You walk for probably 5, 6, 7 miles. Long, straight tunnel. No breaks, no side passages, just a long, somber walk.
Thani would like to make as many hair flips as he can.
How many times before he starts taking damage?
You can't hurt something you don't have.
Broken neck.
Pride.
Like,
I was saying his brain, but
both work.
no, they don't. That's the problem.
Love it.
You walk for several hours. After the trek that you went through and the emotional turmoil and everything of being in the mountain, it's a long, somber walk. But eventually, the hallway ends, and as you approach the end, you can start to hear water crashing, waves. And as you end up reaching the end of the tunnel, you can see that there's an overhang of stone that hides this tunnel from the outside, with the water coming right up to the edge of where you guys are at. And with a quick look, Arkin, at where you can see the light bouncing off the waves, you can tell that you are on the northernmost point of the island.
So the ruins are up above us on the peak.
I swore they said that
That's
they were underwater.
underwater.
Correct.
Yeah.
So someone gets to go diving. Well, fine.
I feel like Yatsu would have the best chance, honestly, because he's the most... Yatsu's the most unencumbered, and he has the cloak of the myth, right?
I feel like Yatsu and Lithani should go.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that you'd actually managed to get water stuff. My bad.
He has a cap of water breathing.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Fuck.
Do does anybody have any way to breathe underwater?
Yeah, everyone gather in a circle, and I will
Yes, we
ritual
discussed
cast
that before.
water breathing.
Okay.
How long does that last?
10 minutes. I know it's
Yeah,
less
it's
than
10
hour.
minutes casting, but it's 24 hours if I remember right.
Yeah, it's...
Oh.
Pay attention to what spell, it's a ritual spell. I don't think you can upcast a ritual spell.
Checking.
No, but I can... no, you
24
can't-
hours.
It is 24 hours, however...
Up to 10.
Up to 10 people.
Up to 10? Oh, never mind. You guys are good. You're good to go.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
It was...
Does everybody want to go with
I
us?
was gonna do what we talked about last time, but it's fine.
Might as well
It's up to you.
together.
Who can actually move underwater? Like,
You are the fastest underwater.
alright,
It's fine.
shall I go...
We don't know your
We
abilities.
discussed this last time. We were planning on going to the plane of water.
I'm a decent swimmer.
I don't think in game I know this.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Oh,
you do.
okay. Oh, yeah.
But it's fine. You guys want to do this. I'll sit back and watch the guys have fun.
No, I said everybody who can go can go. We should go. We should all go together. Don't split the game.
Oh, yeah.
We
Never
need
mind.
to split the party.
Split the party. Split the game.
Oh, split the party? You guys are splitting the party?
We're not
No,
splitting the party.
I said don't split the party. I
You
may have
fucking
said something that
question ass.
sounded like I said that, but that is not what I meant.
No,
Nobody
sorry, that
was
is
about
your
to
top
suggest it,
among
though.
your top 2 favorite questions to ask.
This
Is
time.
Are
that
you
really
gonna
what you
split
want to
the
do?
That's what I had last
Are you
time.
splitting the party?
No, come with us.
Usually.
Obviously.
Didn't he say, is it that really
I
what you want to do?
said
Or start
nothing of the
investigating
sort.
room?
Yeah.
This time.
What did I say that made you think I said that?
This time it is.
What? I don't feel like I said that, but
All the
probably
same, I'll
did.
climb the peak.
Were you drinking?
Well, no, yours like,
Yep.
I can swim. I'm like, alright.
It's
Well,
that,
you
it's
said he
that
was
meme
gonna-
of the puppet.
he said he was going to cast water breathing, and I said we should all go. And Jesse asked who has the highest swim speed, and I thought it was him.
Well, whoever's best underwater should be in the front. So if you can,
Never mind.
then...
Okay, so do the octopus.
What's a
Like
giant
we
owl?
agreed on.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So I got a swim speed of 60 feet. Can someone go faster than that?
Cloak to manta ray.
You have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed.
Okay, 40.
Probably not.
I'm correct.
I'd have to
Do
double
not
check,
think you're
but
correct.
Can I get the...
Yeah.
Or you, actually.
That thing I brought up earlier. Right when I got here.
as far as the
Reef shark.
No, you have a
Um,
swimming speed of 60 feet.
you would
Oh,
have
okay.
to
While the
have
hood is
access to one to bond to
Okay.
it.
Before
No.
we jump in the water, I'm putting my hood up.
You can only breathe underwater when the hood's up. But you already have water breathing
Yeah,
thanks to me,
yeah,
so
I'm still
dealer's
stuck
choice.
underwater.
Okay, so... I'm still gonna put the hood up just because it looks cool.
I'm going to examine every creature I can as we go along this path.
No problem.
I look him right in the eye.
The two that are going to be swimming at 60 feet a minute, I'm going to be trying to hold on to them.
60 feet per 6 seconds. Yeah.
Fucking stupid fast.
I mean, I actually have a fairly high strength score for being a wizard. Yeah, 14.
That's insane for a wizard.
Yeah, nothing on my sheet is negative, and I rolled really well.
So sad. What do you mean?
Am I
I'm not strong.
Am I
Oh. Yeah, but you're a strong, independent black woman.
Really?
I had to! She left it open! I had to!
Cody, don't. Cody,
not-
don't. Cody,
No,
don't.
I'm actually thinking about something else.
Okay.
I know I spelled something
You're not one of. I have actually had a white dude say that to me seriously whenever I told him I was really depressed. But you're not. I don't take it offensively.
I appreciate that you understand when I'm joking. Not everybody does. Sometimes it's not obvious. I know that about myself. Okay, so plan of travel. You guys are. It's looking roughly right about 11 heading towards noon currently.
We have 2 scouts who can swim faster than the rest of us.
Correct.
We have 2 heavy liners and 2 back liners. I say we travel with you guys on the outskirts, us in front. You guys searching around as we go. And you 2 behind us.
Sounds good.
So
Let's
then-
dive.
And then with that, you get the underwater camouflage, right? The advantage on underwater stealth.
It is one of its abilities, correct?
Just making sure.
So then yes.
Wait, are you turning into this monster?
No.
No.
So are you still part of the party? You're with us and you're sending out an octopus?
Saying
No.
I'm not splitting the party.
I'm seeing what you're doing.
Don't worry about it.
My character would be able to physically see, would he not?
That is correct.
If he can catch me, I'm assuming if I'm going
That's
first,
true, too.
I'm hitting the water and I'm much faster than you. You're
You
like
do?
a
I am
Or your octopus?
this close to
Yes.
doing an Australian accent.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say. I'm just.
This close to doing an Australian accent for Dolphin Mark.
Well, don't you have like the...
There's a reason.
I can't cast his bonus.
It's not a very good reason, but there's a reason.
I've seen those types of things before. Like one of my favorite ones is in my homebrew world, all Drow speak with an Australian accent because they're from down
Yes.
under.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Like it's so cringe, but it's so good. Like, ah. But yeah. So, anyway,
Technically, I get one breath underwater. I could just jump in and say what I need to say, and then
if you
I
have
really going to roll a perception check to try and.
if you have water breathing, you can speak underwater.
So I got a head start because of Dosh.
Not really sure what's going on down there, but let's move it forward, please. So, Arkin and Gyatso are scouting, since your movement speed, keeping an eye around the rest of the party. effectively, you know, staying close enough to know to like keep each other in sight. You know, basically
Right.
stay close enough to keep each other safe. While underwater, preferred weapons.
My staff.
If you have to make attacks with it, at disadvantage.
Fair enough.
Fire spells, they still work.
Mm-hmm.
The enemies
Mm-hmm.
and yourselves as well have resistance to fire while underwater.
Okay.
Thank God.
What about cold?
Works fine. Lightning works fine, all uninhibited. Fire itself is the only one that has any form of restriction to it, and that's that all creatures while fully submerged in water have fire resistance.
Fair enough. So, I mean, I'm not going to be able to use Call Lightning. There's no open space for
Correct.
it to go. But,
Lithani, preferred weapon.
May I ask, does my sword swing as well underwater as normal?
It does not. If you do not have an innate swim speed, if you don't have a swim speed, that's what makes the difference as far as that goes. Your sword will be at disadvantage.
Because it's slashing?
Because it's
There
a
are
sword.
very
Correct.
specific weapons that do not have disadvantage. That would be things like spears, tridents, small piercing weapons, daggers, rapiers, short swords, those types of things.
I do have a dagger.
I love how the two scouts are the only ones that can attack
Are?
without this.
Whatever
Cross.
spell I decide to cast at the time.
Preferred weapon.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Crossbow.
Crossbows. Firing a crossbow is not at disadvantage. It has a maximum range of its first range increment.
Fair.
It cannot hit anything past that point.
I will.
Bows are at disadvantage and cannot pass their first range increment.
I'll pop one of my basic poisons on my crossbow as well.
What about
Okay.
ranged spell attacks?
Ranged spell attacks are perfectly fine. They are unencumbered.
Y'all stay away
Because
from whatever we're
motherfucking
gonna
magic.
fight. Y'all stay away from whatever we're gonna fight because I'm gonna be throwing lightning and a lot of it.
Arkin.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm going to do the longbow for 150.
Longbow, you have a 150-foot range, cannot hit anything beyond that, and it is at disadvantage.
Even with the swim speed.
Even with the swim speed for that. Because that's
fair.
ranged attacks, that's not melee attacks.
I would.
With the swim speed, you do not have disadvantage on any melee attacks, no
I'm
matter
not-
what weapon you use.
I would actually like to change my mind. Short sword, one hand.
Short sword? Okay.
I have two, but
Is Scorching Rain still counted as that?
As fire? Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
So in other words, they would have resistance to the damage. The attack itself would not be at disadvantage. It would just be a regular attack, but they would have resistance to the damage.
It's gonna be weird fighting
My
underwater.
fucking fist.
yeah, I don't like
Right.
it.
And because you have a swim speed, you are not at disadvantage. So you are good. And Lexi,
I haven't tried.
you have Eldritch Blast
Yeah.
as far as your cantrips go, and then a lot of spells. Just
try.
try to
Yeah,
remember
it's a bad
that
idea.
fire spells enemies will be resistant to. So, just giving you guys all a heads up before we head down there.
I need to start carrying on javelins or something.
Yes, to add to your arsenal.
Council just
Good thing you're not swimming up. You can just let yourself fall to the bottom.
Oh, in my heavy armor?
Might be
My.
faster than Laura and I if we're
10,000
just
under
like.
the sea.
Not
It's
that
actually
I-
lighter than other plate armor because it is predominantly made from dragon scales,
It's only 45 pounds, and I'm also
as
carrying.
opposed to 60.
I'm also carrying 9, 10 plus. I lost count.
Yeah.
You ever seen one of those old dive suits where you just
10,000 leagues under the sea.
What am I at now?
Lead suit.
20,000 leagues.
Okay, so-
He weighs like 800 pounds at this point.
We are looking for a portal.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be using my detect magic sight to be looking in any direction.
Okay.
You said that in game, right?
No, I said that out of. Come on.
Well, my character.
Well,
wasn't
he
told about the
just. I already mentioned
Well, I
this
said
to
we're gonna be
you
looking
that
for
he
the
had
portal.
described this when he was inside of the mountain, as far as he was noticing the magic within the walls and
Oh,
whatnot.
okay. Fair enough.
So take that for what you will as a character.
Fair.
Yeah, not a problem.
Mhm.
It is within 30 feet, so you're gonna have to be fairly close to it to begin with.
Yeah.
To see, but yes.
I'm going to have to find some way to boost that.
And remember that it is concentration, so don't break other concentration spells with it,
Mm-hmm.
and other concentration spells will break that, but obviously that's less important than just making sure that you don't use your detect magic if you have a concentration on something else.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah.
That will be a bad thing.
Yeah.
The other way around, not so bad.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So, all right. Heading down. I assume you guys just water.
We're literally just holding on to him as he sinks.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's not that much of a problem. As soon as you get over that initial panic of trying to hold your breath for as long as you possibly can, and you take that first breath of water that threatens to panic just about everybody, you find that you're not really buoyant anymore. The general amount of gear that you guys are carrying more than offsets the natural buoyancy that most people's bodies have. Yours wouldn't matter anyway, so you just have so much weight. You could fill your entire body up there and it wouldn't matter.
Wow.
Anti-buoyant.
That's a nice way of saying fat.
Dense.
Surprising, considering how much air is in your head.
There's no
But
point.
yeah, the walking into the water, the slope of the mountain just continues down. And so for the better part of 45 minutes, you can walk effectively along the bottom. Almost as well as you would be able to just fall, just about. Doesn't slow you down, doesn't hinder you in any way. Until eventually, you end up reaching the ocean floor. And it is dark. And it is cold. You don't necessarily take damage from the cold, but you can feel it. It aches in your joints. You can feel it across your eyes. It's cold down there.
It doesn't bother me. I have boots and Wonderlands on him.
You can feel the cold still.
Oh, we can
even if
feel
it
that.
doesn't do damage to you and it doesn't cause exhaustion to you, you can feel that it is cold. Otherwise, it would be like the effect of somebody who doesn't have like nerve endings, where you could theoretically hurt yourself by simply not feeling the pain.
Lepers.
Like lepers too, yeah,
Cody's hands.
yeah. Cody's emotions.
Excuse me?
I definitely think
Trust me,
those
it's
are the
easy to hurt
emotions.
his emotions.
But yeah, so
What I thought was going to happen didn't happen. I'll draw my second short sword as well.
okay, all right.
To be
I'm
honest,
assuming you are heading on effectively a due north trajectory along the bottom of the ocean.
did anybody see a light?
No, which is light.
No, we haven't seen the ghost of the witch.
Are we here at the right time?
I don't know.
It's roughly about noon.
Yeah, they said
So-
noon, like when it's dark.
Yeah,
The moon.
yeah. She had effectively mentioned very specifically that when there is no other light, they could see the light down below.
Do you guys want to go back up and wait here for a minute? Or you guys want to keep going?
Let's just keep going.
We only have 3 days to be here before it's been one.
So
Alright.
theoretically, you're thinking the light is someone or something traveling through the portal, so you want to follow the light to the portal
think the light is the portal, but let's keep going.
And we also have to risk wait say half a day.
No, let's just keep going.
Worst case scenario, we explore the rooms that we can.
Okay, let's keep going.
Before we continue further on, let's see. I would like to, give me like 10 minutes to cast a spell real quick. I'd like to ritual cast divination.
Okay.
And I'd like to ask, where exactly is the direction of the portal?
Give me a second. As DM, I would like to.
The DM offers a truthful reply.
Of course.
They can be fucking really cryptic with it, though.
Like,
That's their job.
It is the direction which you see things.
Well, I'm currently looking this direction, so I guess we're going here.
It is somewhere you are not looking.
It is underwater.
I should have said that. Don't be fucked though. That's a good answer.
She won't be that mean to us, hopefully.
You haven't played that many games with James yet, have you?
No, but I played with you and George, and you have both killed me, and he hasn't yet. So he's still my favorite DM.
Yeah, you hold on to that, bro.
Yeah. Hold on to that for another 15 minutes because we're about to enter combat.
Always check
Okay.
the ceiling.
Hey, I'm one of the only two that can actually move, so.
Resting cross-legged at the bottom of the ocean, casting your spell, and extending your senses out around you. Here at the bottom of the ocean, there isn't much of a current, especially in this particular area. You feel a distinct current rush up from behind you out into a direction, almost in the direction you were facing, ever so slightly off to the left-hand side.
Perfect. Stand back up. It's exactly that way. Let's get to walking.
Walking? You want to walk?
You can walk.
I mean, we're at the bottom of the ocean. Might as well be.
What is this, fucking Pirates of the Caribbean?
Twilight.
No, we're missing a boat.
Gyatso, you are effectively blind at this point.
Fun.
So you're a great scout.
Well, you can
So
always
you're
light a
just bad
torch.
bait.
Oh, but don't worry, your swimming speed will come in handy.
We could light ours.
You laughed at my joke.
I mean,
We could light
We-
ours.
we-
We have a human lamp.
We
And I mean, anything that's.
Well, I
on the
mean,
ocean
R could
floors.
technically say the same thing about all the rest of you.
to be
That's
fair,
a good
they
point.
reach over and touch you, and your thing starts glowing.
No.
Well, I think everybody missed the fireball joke there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy wanted to go for it.
Please no. This is very bad.
R
This is
has
very bad.
and will again light all of us.
I do not like to be on light.
I'll take it.
Please figure that.
Okay, so,
Give it to the little one.
Gyatso, what's your plan?
Gyatso is going to place his hand on anyone near him and tell them, hey, I can't see right now. Can I at least sit close to you?
I think we're gonna make you bioluminescent.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I
Okay.
touch a cloak, and it starts glowing like
Okay.
bright.
So now you're golden scales. So somebody's gonna try and
I'm
eat you.
invisible.
Somebody's gonna try and eat you. You're like a giant fishing lure.
Has anybody seen Waterworld?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Crayons.
I actually like
portals,
that movie.
crayons, I do too. I like a lot.
I
like
personally
Postman.
consider it underrated.
This is like
So
one
I-
of them.
Violet post-apocalyptic.
It's a shame
Pick
it
one.
flopped so hard.
I like all of his.
I'll go ahead and cast guidance on Laura.
I'll cast it on
Okay.
Jesse.
Very thankful.
So how fast are you going? 40?
60.
60? Okay. So we'll both go 60.
Remember, lasts for 1 minute. The guidance.
Oh, great. That's fine.
All right. Continuing off in the direction that was indicated by R.
Mhm.
You're moving in that direction at a fairly steady pace. Obviously trying not to get too far ahead of the party that moves half your speed. There's not a lot of vegetation in this area. Where you could see that there were patches of kelp and seaweed closer to the island. You make it less than a quarter of a mile away from the island, and all vegetation just stops. There's just nothing.
Well, we're getting close to something.
Either something's dead or we're reaching a different level of the ocean.
Traveling a little bit further on, you start to feel almost as if the weight of the water has gotten heavier. It hasn't, but it's just a feel. Continuing on for about another quarter of a mile. And the light that's emanating from Gyatso that you all had been able to see starts to dim. Not drastically, but it's a noticeable thing that the further you travel, the light starts to just have less of an effect.
Hey, let's regroup real quick.
You go ahead and stay near me. I'm closer towards the center of the party.
Oh yeah, we didn't adjust it.
Yeah, we haven't adjusted it, but that's fine. I think it's.
I like
think
him
it's-
with us.
Yeah, I like him with us as well, but I think it's fair.
In the back.
Yeah,
We like
you
that
hold
had some
on.
real
Well,
life
you hold on to my rope,
connotations.
because if your light goes out, you need at least a direction to go in.
Fair enough.
Well,
And
why
if
shouldn't we
anyone,
stay
if
next to
you're
Art?
not going to be, well, it's not so. If you guys are the tanks, if he's going to be holding on to someone else, it probably shouldn't be best to be holding on to someone who's about to take some damage.
He's
Am I wrong in my assumption?
If you looked at- I mean,
mean,
that's
technically, he could literally be.
Shut the fuck up, we're not doing that.
You're sticking with me for a reason, bud.
because we'll just abuse you. Fair enough. Take care of him.
Yeah, you're gonna be my SpongeBob. Anyways, yeah, I think it's best. Let's go ahead and extinguish light, and then you hold on to my robes, and we can keep traveling forward.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't like
Let's
this.
go out.
I don't like how the light goes.
Yeah, we'll actually see farther in the dark.
Yeah, it's
Alright, now we'll continue on.
You have something with you that has a swimming speed of 60. You'll be fine. You have a swimming speed.
Okay. So, continuing on in the general direction that you guys had been traveling this whole time.
Wait, why? Oh, you put Arkin?
Here, yeah, there. Would you rather? Damn it.
I think Arkin would prefer to be behind me. Arkin doesn't like to get hurt. And I like to slash things. Or do you
Yeah,
want me
let's
up
have her
front?
behind you.
Are you guys done with the scouting ahead?
Yeah, I think
it's time to
from
protect
here
her.
it's.
Yeah.
Alright,
we
then
should-
I'll go back to the middle. I'll be
Well,
behind you.
You can take lead if you want it. I just didn't think
I
you
think we
wanted
should
it.
keep the
Okay.
phalanx.
So,
Wait.
heads up. You have not found the ruins yet. And you are in pitch black water. Dark
Okay.
vision is no problem, but you can see within 60 feet of you. So know that you could very easily miss something without think about it as in if you were trying to look for a specific island out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
So let's see.
So,
I have nothing. to
just a
offer.
heads up,
Well,
you can do this, but there are
consequences.
correct.
I would like to use Divine Sense.
Okay, within 60 feet of you,
As far as we can see.
Nada.
there is nothing.
Spellcaster.
As long as we're still heading in the correct direction, Art, I think we should be fine.
Well, maybe something
Yeah.
else spread out.
Yep, still been going this direction. I could always.
As far as he knows.
Why don't?
His sense of the direction that the spell pointed him in left as soon as the question was answered.
What did we ever make sure that it wasn't above us? Because we can only see out to
You
60
think
feet.
it's a floating?
It's a possibility. Do we
Our
kind of want
the
to
portal
do?
that we came in originally through was
The
Back in the tower was
specific
floating.
sense of his spell was straight ahead from where he had cast the spell.
Then let's keep
and
going.
we have descended.
You descended off the side of the mountain, and
Mhm.
he cast the spell when you hit ocean floor.
Okay, so all right, yeah.
Let's
And
keep going.
everything that you had heard from the lore master in Silvery Moon
Mm-hmm.
said that it was at the bottom of the ocean. When you talked to the old woman in the village, she
Mhm.
said it was at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
So everything that you have heard so far has
You also
been
just walk
the
right
bottom
on
of the
top
ocean.
it. It's covered
Thank
in
you.
sand or
But
covered
if you are
something.
concerned, I could always consult the bones, see if we've gone too far. I don't believe we have, though.
I don't believe we have either. Let's go ahead and just keep going for now.
So we keep going.
okay. I need a survival check.
The survivalist.
Mm.
Not. No?
Mm,
not
Well, yeah, I
proficient.
am. Half.
Or you guys could help each other. Who has the highest survival?
Separate survivals, or one person can give the other person advantage.
I'm just 5.
Separate.
Separate?
Separate.
Go ahead.
Yes.
That's not gonna do anything.
Oh.
25. Modify 25.
I love rogues.
Okay.
Rogues
I
are
like them.
ridiculous.
They're skill monkeys.
Setting freshly and firmly in your mind the direction that you had been traveling when R cast a spell does not impede you now being a part of the group as opposed to being out in front and scouting like it probably would have for most other people. So, with her help, it's easy enough for you all to continue on in the former direction that you were going. Traveling for about another quarter of a mile.
Have we seen any like sea animals?
No.
I told you to go that way.
This whole entire area seems to be inimical to life itself.
Fair enough.
There has not been any disturbances in any way, shape, or form. And you still, since the vegetation stopped not too long ago, you still have not seen any additional vegetation crop up anywhere.
Heard.
It has been flat, sandy sea bottom, with the exception of once in a while you'll see a mass of dark black volcanic rock. The same rock that the islands themselves are generally made of.
Is it
That
dormant?
like at some point when we get back to the island, I might take a sample.
I was already thinking that. I was
Yeah.
thinking about doing it now, but I just want to.
No. If we stop now to try to collect the sample, we're gonna lose the trail. Let's just keep going.
Yeah. I want a piece later. I already have a plan with it.
We'll figure something out.
Okay. Go ahead and make another survival check.
Okay, 19.
There we
Or
go.
20.
Modify 20.
Modify 20 from both. Working together, you both get a very subtle sense that you had traveled ever so slightly off to the right-hand side. You quick course adjust, just barely a half a degree, and continue on moving. Less than an hour later, you see up ahead of you dark shapes, much larger than the boulders that you had been seeing, but currently just shadows in the distance, at the very edge of your dark vision.
I'll go ahead and impart that to him.
Thank you.
And just to let him know to be ready.
Okay, continuing on. Continuing forward, you see ahead of you a roughly 30-foot tall wall of very dark stone. Hard to tell if it's black or had any color to it, but it's a very dark coloration. It looks old, worn, large cracks in some sections, some chunks of stone that look to have fallen out of the wall. Overall, it's still mostly intact here.
I'd like to swim around it and check out the other side.
I think we
Swim
should
over.
I think we
Yeah.
should swim together.
That way you don't accidentally hit us with fireball.
It'd be unless he got all sixes, it would be very difficult for you to die.
Well, we're gonna
Hold on a second. Hold on a
Have
second.
you seen my hit points?
Yes, and we also have resistance to fire damage underwater.
Please keep in
Right.
mind, if he has to start making saving throws, how he tends to roll high.
Yeah.
That's true. You might only have to hit a 10, but this is Cody.
I'm not doing this.
You might burn 2 luckies on a roll. You get 1 and 2.
On one, he couldn't make it anymore.
That was bullshit. 1, 2, 3, like, come on.
Yeah, it is technically a saving throw, so you can lock a death saving throw.
Ooh. I like how I get really excited about it.
Yeah.
The 3 of us went like,
I might not die!
Considering your rolls, you
Okay. As a group,
go. Let the poor thing go.
I'm trying to love
As
on it
a-
so to love me.
as a group,
That's a line.
swimming slightly up, heading up over the top of the wall,
Truth out.
you can see in front of you a number of buildings. You're not high enough necessarily to see over most of the buildings, but from what you can see, there are a number of buildings within the distance of your dark vision. They look old, they look run down, they look falling apart, but they're there.
Can I make a very minor adjustment to my character? Can I make sure my hilt is poking out of my cloak?
You want to be ready to
No.
draw it.
No, I
The
can't.
cloak doesn't quite work that way. It's all or nothing.
All we're
You actually
water.
like reach partially into the cloak
And then I pull it. so I
and
can't
pull it as an
halfway.
action. Yeah, you can't really do part way.
Fair enough.
He needs something to hold on to.
No, there's abilities here that you guys don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine for you. That's cool.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Or abilities that are different.
Like Superman
I believe
think-
we should swim up and maybe take a higher up vantage over this. But I believe we found the ruins.
I say we just go in.
You guys can only see 60 feet, so it depends on how big the building is.
That's true. At least we can see.
I'm gonna go with what R said. I think we should, if we get a better vantage point, we might be able to see if there's anything else.
We might be able to cut some time out by finding the boat quickly, rather than going building to building one at a time.
Heard that.
Yeah.
I concur.
Common sense would tell me that it's in the center.
But if there's
But-
something that must
yeah.
have hurt us.
They're gonna see us.
I do have to step outside for just a second.
So you don't crop dust us all?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not saying it's like the eagle, but it could be like the eagle.
Well, if you prefer, we could swim down more towards the streets and try and navigate our way to the center like that.
Or,
Either we could work.
you know what?
As long as we're weighing the pros and cons of our actions.
You could ask your god again.
I mean,
And we could just go, we already know the general direction.
I'm never eating
we're
from
already here.
shenanigans
We
again.
just gotta find it in the city.
Okay, let's go up and look. I mean, fuck them if they come. What?
I'm not eating or cooking again.
Can you just like hop off the ground a little bit?
No, dude, it just like I felt it like in my chest.
Too many onion rings.
Yeah, no, it's just like
Next time, don't order literally 5 onions worth of fucking onion rings.
So how much
you're not the boss. I paid you
Nothing.
each order? Each order?
We don't.
So you prep it for each order?
No, I lied. I'm off every day for the next forever.
I'll text you.
Forever.
You don't know my schedule.
I'll get it.
I'll call your work.
She actually doesn't know it.
Your manager likes us.
That was
She
mine.
actually,
I
she
know
actually
Brian.
likes the two of them. Or yeah, the woman
What
who
was her
there
name
actually likes
again?
both of them.
Hey,
I'm like, hey.
Denise.
Denise.
Oh, thank you.
That was not my manager. That's just a random bartender who knows. my
Okay,
name.
well then I'll call and ask for Denise and be like, hey Denise, when's Cody working next?
You don't know where Denise works.
he gave them my number as his number, so I can literally just text them and
Shut
be like, hey,
up.
when do
No.
you guys want me to
You
come
guys
in?
really need to leave me alone.
All
Do you
right.
guys
Are we
have
ready?
head to go?
No.
I hate
Yes.
all of you.
Okay, so what are we doing? Final decision.
Swimming up and taking a higher vantage.
Okay.
What Jesse said.
That was Daniel.
Oh,
not
what
me.
Daniel said.
We're swimming above to.
I think there's quite a
scout.
difference between our voices.
What Mew 6
I'm talking
said.
about the burp.
That was me.
Oh.
Okay.
I stepped
So
away from him.
what are you guys doing?
We're swimming at a higher vantage point to be able to see.
Okay.
I feel like the fact he asked us twice means that it's a bad idea.
Yeah,
He's actually asked us 3
anything from the
times.
sky. So either he's going to kill us from the ceiling, or he's going to kill you if you try to go above anything.
I'm the DM. I'm going to kill you however I want to kill you.
But
And
You're gonna try to
What we
kill
need to
us.
understand is
It'd still be a
underwater
good
is the
story.
easiest way to do 3D
But-
combat.
But 60-foot dark vision.
Mhm.
So you're going to be limited as far as vision goes.
How high do we even
It's-
have to go?
I think it's better to see in a full sphere rather than a semicircle.
Well, we don't even have to
Well,
go on
let's
top
get
of
the
the.
out-
We're up. We're going up. We already made the
Yeah, I
decision.
mean, we'll still get the outline. Whether we
Yeah.
can see what's
Right.
on street level, probably not, but at least.
We don't even have to go on top of the buildings. We just have to swim up. 'cause
We could just swim up a bit and then keep going.
We'll see how large
Go
the
to the-
area is.
Are you staying within 60 foot of the tops of the buildings?
Yes. Oh yeah. Well within. I don't think we're leaving the tops of the buildings. Really,
No,
truly.
not really. We're just gonna go just above them so we can look over
We're going to
most of
Batman
the
it.
city.
Oh, the Batman, like basically
Yeah.
rooftop to rooftop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To rooftop. Okay.
I think that's a good safe option.
I'm also
Okay.
casting Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Last time.
Last time you didn't need it.
This will be the 3rd time.
Last 2 times you didn't need it.
Better to be prepared.
I love that my just the idea of me myself can cause people to burn spells.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So go ahead and make a survival check.
You want to split it like last time? Sure.
I'll go ahead and give you guidance as well.
Guidance.
Thank you. Oh, duh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, I'm going to look this shit up.
Don't forget about the
Roll that
for
D12.
combat.
And I got the same thing anyway, so it doesn't
We're
It
gonna
matter.
don't
say-
matter. It don't matter.
It
Wait,
might
maybe
matter.
15.
15.
So we're going to die.
14.
15.
15 and 14?
Hmm?
Okay.
Skill monk gets the book thrown really low and still got that.
All right.
So Continuing on from roof to roof, heading towards what you think is the same direction that you guys were heading to begin with.
I love that.
Wait,
Traveling for over half an hour, and you don't see any end to the buildings. It's just one after another after another. Most of them appear to be single or two-story buildings, mostly squared, with what appears to be some form of stylized lintel around the top that angles in with some of them more ornate, some of them more plain, but like a scroll work, if you will. Some of them appear every once in a while. You'll run across what looks to be a tower that was broken off, usually one to once in a while a third story up.
R. I think it's time we double check this.
Alright. I'll consult the bones. So I reach in my bag and pull out the rune bones, and I flick them up in the water a little bit and twirl my fingers and then catch them and ask, are we still going the right direction? And cast augury as a ritual.
The water around you grows colder than it was in the first place, giving you a distinct impression of a no.
We're going the wrong direction.
Do you guys wanna? You guys wanna fly it and see if we can see anything, or?
No, that's probably not going to help us because our vision only extends 60 feet.
Fair. Anybody have anything else that could help us?
I mean, let me...
Think of interesting ways to use different abilities, different spells,
I
stuff
mean,
like that.
I could.
You're
I could-
in a generalized lightless area, almost entirely, like basically entirely.
So
Hilariously enough...
typically the portals for the water would have a water flow, correct? It would be a current? Would we be able to-
Only if it is currently active. If it is not activated at the moment, then it would not have water flowing through it like the one did in the first session. That one only had water flowing through it because it was active.
I'm going to ask Elise telepathically if she could sense of where the portal would be.
No, I don't have a sense of where this one is. It's not something about it. It's not a traditional... It's not part of a network like the ones that I deal with.
Fair enough.
If nobody has anything else, I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
I do
No
have
sense
some.
of anything at the moment.
Push comes to shove, I can throw a fireball and it'll light up the area at least.
If nobody has anything else, I'm just gonna start playing my lute.
Does anyone have locate object?
Oh, you mean the spell that you talked me into getting rid of earlier?
Yeah, that spell exactly. Do you happen to still have that perchance?
No.
I do not.
Damn it, Daniel.
Damn it, Daniel.
Cody, that spell's useless. Get rid of it. Hey, does anybody have that useless spell?
Yeah, this is like the one use case.
I know, that's what I said. It's situationally useful.
Just do anything.
Lexi has a staff.
That's it.
does
That's
have a
it. I
staff.
pulled it out. I was like, this.
Give me a
Forgot
second.
about that.
I have nothing else except for playing my lute and trying to draw things towards us and following where they came
That's
from.
a good
I
idea.
basically can like open stuff, stab stuff, steal stuff.
I can stab stuff.
I can stab
What
stuff.
can Lexi do?
Yeah.
I've never looked at.
We used it before.
Yeah,
I
we use
know.
it for air.
Yeah.
It's the staff she acquired on the plane of air. Yeah.
If you'd like to help her out.
Oh yeah.
She's offering, so.
Oh, okay. All right. If you want to use your staff of exploration to at least peer and see if there's any way that you can spot a portal on it.
Yes. I shall do that.
Without knowing the exact item, you wouldn't be able to actually find it the way that you did in the plane of air. However, the sphere of exploration that was placed into the staff has the ability to bring up a map of the surrounding area within a certain distance around you.
Okay.
So it's time to check out the sphere then.
Let's get him.
Got one.
I can't wait for the cold weather to kill all these fucking bugs.
I know.
It's getting there. They're
I'm
almost
gonna
gone.
speak a command and toss it into the water.
You watch as Lexi speaks the word of command, and from the head of the staff, you watch as a blue luminescent sphere appears in front of her. Large, probably close to 4 or 5 feet across. And within that sphere, you can see very plainly the ocean bottom and a number of buildings within 100 feet around her. Am I remembering correctly? It says 100 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Within 100 feet around you, perfectly clear, without necessarily any need for light. They show up. You've watched enough sci-fi movies where you watch people use this type of thing.
Yeah.
Picture it in that regard, where you can see the building where you all are standing, centered up on it, and 100 feet all the way around you. Looking at it, you can see that you're standing currently on the top of a building, fairly large flat surface, with a number of smaller buildings dotted around the outsides. And in the direction that you are heading, you can see a road between buildings heading off directly in this direction. And at the very edge of the sphere to this side, you can see another road heading off in that direction.
Converging in that point, pretty much.
Let's go ahead and follow the road. Let's get to the road that's nearest to us and follow it to the center.
To the center of the converging roads?
Yeah.
Let's find the crossroads.
There you go.
We're off to see the wizard.
All roads lead to Rome.
I did have an idea. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Not what you were
I was
thinking
gonna
about.
commit
Not doing
suicide.
it.
Okay, so are you traveling? Are you traveling at road level? Are you traveling roof to roof next to the road? Are you traveling through the upper waters above everything? How are you guys traveling?
I think we should keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say split the party. We all know where we're going. But our 2 sneak thieves, or our 3 actually.
Well, you're down one right now because I can't see.
Yeah, you can't see shit.
Oh,
Alright.
so our 2,
Hooray, Charles.
the 2 of us with the highest stealth.
What was that?
Nothing.
No, come on.
Alright, I'll fucking look back on it and see what he said.
He has it recorded.
It's literally
Oh,
recorded.
it's horrible. It's a horrible meme, but it gets to me.
Oh, neat. You know, there are actually some celebrities that think he's been faking being blind.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard those.
I say we
They're
just
funny.
go to stab him in the eye with the pencil and
It's
see what he
funny
does.
to
He
think
probably
of.
screams.
No, Ray Charles is not alive. It's Stevie
No,
Wonder.
Does he
scream
Yeah,
before?
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder is the one that they've
Oh, Stevie Wonder. My mistake.
conspiracy theories have been about.
So, I feel like it would be cool if our 2 sneak thieves circled around from the back and kind of came up on this point that we're going towards from the sides like a pincer attack while everybody else walked in first.
So what you're saying is you want to split the party?
I
So we'll
literally,
be splitting the party.
We're not
Use
splitting
a
the party.
Stealth advantage.
I have advantage on
and
all
sneak
stealth
attack
checks.
because they'll be walking in before I do. So enemies, I don't really get a sneak attack.
No, you would get a sneak attack.
Maybe if I
Well,
fling.
Well, you'll get a sneak attack automatically if I go first. I have advantage on all stealth checks and dim or
Yeah, I get
low light.
advantage on stealth down here.
So if I go first, I sneak up, you get to beat the shit out of them from behind. If the rest of them go
You'd like the
first.
extra for
No. Is that a pecking joke?
that. No, that's where you go, which is very telling.
So what I'm hearing is you want to split the party.
No.
It's not
He
splitting the
wants to
party.
split the
It's
party.
called making
He
a.
was splitting the party. He's splitting the party.
It's called making a game plan. I'm evolving
death.
our
A game
battle
plan of
plans. Okay, then
It's
let's
not-
just all go in there in one mass with.
It's not Scooby-Doo. We don't come out of this well.
Scooby.
Yeah, Scooby.
I think I have a good idea.
Not in this moment.
It gives us that instant of surprise right off rip.
You're doing the whole. I'm gonna try to have a good idea for every single situation, hoping I have the right
We have
one
no
at the right
idea
moment.
really
This will
where
work
we
out.
are, what we're coming up against. So
I think
it's
it's-
probably not best to try and sneak attack something that we don't know is even there.
I'd say
Fairly certain that there's
a
nothing
broken
but a
clock's
portal.
right twice a day, but his doesn't have hands.
It just
Fine,
has
let's
feet.
just go in there with our normal formation.
Oh, shut the hell up and quit being a bitch. God.
Gee, I'm trying to
I
be
want
fucking
to get
smart
there.
here. Okay.
I want to eventually get to where we're going.
Okay, let's
If
go.
I have to cast water breathing again, you're not getting it.
I don't need it.
Don't worry, you won't die.
So you know what fireballs taste like, right?
At
Yeah,
half
they
damage.
are.
Yeah, okay, cool. Do you know what lightning bolts taste like at full damage?
A ring of evasions.
How does that work
Don't
underwater?
really like
What's
lightning
that?
bolts. How
How
many
does
do
Yeah,
you
that
have?
work
cool. How about heat
What,
metal?
lightning damage?
Fuck that.
It's because it's a spell, it's an isolator, or is he going to like electrocute anything?
I don't know. I haven't decided
You
yet.
haven't decided yet? Cool.
There-
Please
there-
tell.
Don't get in the way.
We don't know what the range for the electricity
Is lightning bolt essentially gonna act like a spear, like a javelin, like?
Yeah, we'll see.
He's
Yeah, well, that's a good
definitely-
question, yeah.
He's deciding that, though, for not to be electrocuted.
Stay out of the way.
We don't know the range.
I love that works so
her
well
eyes were
with
just
art.
like, no.
All right, let's go in normal formation, right?
All right, so
Even art understands it's just like if anyone's gonna be hit so with a spell that's gonna deal damage, stay out of the way.
Arsenal the one who's eaten 3 fireballs this fucking campaign.
Yeah, he shoved them down your throat.
you only ate 2, if I remember right. Did you only eat 2?
We ate the one,
No,
At the
we
monastery.
ate the one. I ate the second one.
but who's...
Do you want third?
I don't think there was a
You want
one.
thirds?
I don't
I
remember.
want third breakfast.
You want third breakfast?
I know you ate one at the drown counter.
Yeah, that was,
That was the second
that
one.
was-
Yeah, so I may have exaggerated.
Well, that was his fault.
You exaggerated? No.
Never.
Okay, so traveling roof to roof,
Talk to your ex.
parallel to the road, in the same direction, heading towards the center of the city.
Yes.
All right. Traveling along, going roof to roof. Hmm?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Don't die.
Can I, please?
I find it funny how he just says yes to me and to you he's like, don't die, dude.
You got bitch lungs. Why?
Territory should mind die.
I don't mind. Tune it down 1. Just
Now we
tap
all have
it. Tap it
rings.
down.
All right.
I don't
So
know.
it's no,
Traveling along,
button on the right hand side.
you make it 5, 10, 15 buildings. You see in front of you a gap between buildings that within your limited vision appears to be a road, a crossroad, if you will, of some sort. You can barely make out what appears to be a very, very faint curve to this, as if a continuation of a circle.
Oh.
Oh, the Aurora.
So, the one that's going
Aurora
parallel
Borealis.
is curving.
That's
At first, I thought you were talking
Straight,
about
right?
trying to say
The one that you're on has continued
Sorry.
straight. The one that you have come to is the one that has a slight
He'll
curve.
just do that.